Hey guys, and good Friday morning. It is December 21st. This update is all about a conversation with you guys, our viewers. So I'm going to run down some of the big stories that we're covering today that you guys are showing interest in. Leave your comments, leave your questions. We will circle back to those. I will tell you right off the bat, these first two stories, I don't know how much you want to comment on them, because our top story this morning is new developments in the search for missing Austin mom Heidi Broussard and her weeks-old daughter Margot. The CBS station in Austin confirming with Broussard's mother that her body was found in a Jersey Village area home last night. We know from the medical examiner's office that a body was found in the trunk, and we know a baby was taken from the home. The baby showed no outward signs of being hurt or ill in any way, but was taken to the hospital just for precautions. Broussard's mom says the baby is headed to CPS custody now as well. There is a lot of speculation online. There are a lot of names out there. We are working to confirm all that. What we can tell you is our Grace White has talked to law enforcement sources who tell her a woman will be charged in connection to the murder of Heidi Broussard. That is the latest information we have for you. Michelle Choi is live on scene. We are waiting to hear more. At the FBI Houston office has turned this over to Austin Police at this point. So that's the agency from whom we expect to hear any new information in the coming hours. And we know this is a story that has so much interest, not just here in Houston, definitely in Austin, but all over the country. The country has been riveted by the search for this mom and her baby. You just saw him there. Been missing since December 12th. That was the last time she was seen. You might remember her boyfriend tearfully begging her to come home, or begging whoever had information about her to let her go. Her purse, all of that stuff was still at home. And so there were kind of two avenues police were looking into. One was that she left on her own, and the other was that there was foul play. And again, according to CBS in Austin, a reporter has talked to Heidi Broussard's mother, who confirms that it was Heidi's body found in the trunk of an SUV in the Jersey Village area. We have multiple reporters working on this story right now. We are trying to confirm as much information as we can. Here's the thing, we want to be right, not necessarily first with information. So we are going to vet everything as carefully as we can before we deliver that information to you. So if you want to check back for updates, the link that we've shared up above will be updated throughout the day as we get any more information. I would just keep tabs on that. Also sign up for our KHU 11 news app. We can send you notifications about any breaking news. If we get any new information from Austin PD over the coming hours, that's how we will relay that information to you. I'm going to move on to the next story now, but I know that there are a lot of folks who are very invested in this story, and I understand that, and as soon as we get new information, we will bring it to you. So the next story that you guys are sharing and really talking about is this crash from February when an Atlas Air cargo jet went down in Trinity Bay. You remember this, there's video of it just falling from the sky. Well, the NTSB released this 3,000-page report, and it includes transcripts of what the pilots were saying to each other. There were two pilots and a jump seat pilot who were killed in the crash, and the quotes are just absolutely heartbreaking. There's, "Whoa, my speed, we're stalling. Lord have mercy." And the final words from one of those pilots, "Lord, you have my soul," before that plane crashed into Trinity Bay. Just seeing the debris field as we covered this over days, weeks, and now into months. That video is still so difficult to see. We have talked to the family of the jump seat pilot who was killed in the crash. They still have a lot of questions, so you can read more about the report and then comments from his family on khou.com. This morning, big concerns about packages being delivered in time for Christmas because of a crash on the Grand Parkway. So this is up on 99 by Cypress Rose Hill. It's kind of Tomball area. You can see the FedEx truck slid off there, went sideways. There was a hazmat spill. We don't really know if any packages were inside or if any were damaged, anything like that. But a lot of folks are invested in this because you're probably waiting for your deliveries. A lot of us are. So just a reminder to maybe track that package that you shipped, make sure it gets to its destination, or kind of follow up on that. Kevin, how are we doing with Erica?
Looks like she's setting up.
We don't have our IFBs in today, and she was recording something down in the studio earlier, so I'm checking in. Do we think we're good to go?
Yes, I am.
We're going to go with yes. So we're going to check in with Erica. She says big changes are in store in the forecast.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, pulling up my graphics here, but have you noticed, have you walked outside yet? It is not as cold outside. That's because cloud coverage has moved in. Oops. Jaime, it looks like this. Jaime? Yeah. Okay. Graphics are full. Cool. Sorry. A little bit of a technical difficulty here, but here's a look at your current temperatures, 50 degrees, lots of cloud coverage out there at the moment. So cloud coverage is going to mainly be the story throughout today because there is a system that's moving in, and notice some rain starting to slowly move in from our south and western area. So maybe dry right now, but rain chances are going to increase as the day progresses. So about 10% chance for maybe a sprinkle, some drizzle, but the majority of us, sorry, there you go. Good job. Thank you. Okay, the majority of us will see better rain chances throughout this afternoon as that moisture starts to filter in. So increasing showers will be possible throughout today and overnight. That's going to roll into Saturday. So Saturday morning, we'll have our best chance of rain before conditions start to clear out. Saturday morning also, notice it's not as cold again because the clouds again are locking in temperatures. That's also going to eliminate us from making it to the 60s. We'll still be about 10 degrees below average Saturday. Sunday, sunny skies pop out. Sunday is definitely the day of the weekend to enjoy outdoors with lots of sunshine, and highs will bounce back to the 60s. Okay, 7-day forecast real quick because there's kind of a lot going on. Last weekend for holiday shoppers, again, gloomy for the start of the weekend, then sunshine pops out, but notice a gradual warming trend from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday as we get closer to Christmas Day. We have no systems that will be able to bring in a cool down before we bounce back to the 70s. So that's why we'll have a warming trend. So 70s is about 6 degrees, 7 degrees above average, low 70s for Christmas. So it's not going to be unbearably warm. It just probably isn't going to feel like the holiday. As far as what we're talking about, if you were hoping to have a white Christmas, you really got to go up north where we're expecting to see a good amount of snowfall accumulation, even for some Pacific systems for the Pacific Northwest and the Four Corners. So Texas, no areas are expecting snow for the holiday. I want to show you one more time what's going on here if you're just tuning in, because I know we had a little bit of technical difficulties when I started my forecast, but this batch of rain, this is moving into the Houston area by this evening. So I do expect the majority of it to be light, but just a heads up, your evening commute could be a little messier. We'll be tracking. It's all because of this upper level and surface area of low pressure that will be shifting east. So on the back side of it will be clearing out, which is why Saturday afternoon into Sunday is looking much drier and much more pleasant. So Brandy, I think a lot of us are enjoying the chilly temperatures we've had this week though, but I'm happy this morning we broke the streak of freezing temperatures.
Erica, thank you. And I know a lot of folks are tuning into this live broadcast. We cover a bunch of different stories on our morning updates. So I just wanted to go back to our top story because that is a story that so many people have interest in, and it is the search for Heidi Broussard and her weeks-old daughter, Margot. We have learned from CBS Austin that Heidi's mother confirms her body was found at a home in the Jersey Village area I should say near a home. It was found in the trunk of an SUV overnight. The baby, a baby, was found as well. We're told the baby is okay, looks healthy, was taken to the hospital just to get checked out. But you might remember Heidi Broussard went missing on December 12th. That was the last time her boyfriend in Austin saw her. There's been a search all across Texas and really all across the country for this new mom and her baby. And that search appears to have ended in Northwest Harris County. Last night, we got word that the FBI, Austin police, other agencies had swarmed this home in the Jersey Village area off Bojack Road. And they found a body in the trunk of an SUV. We learned from the medical examiner's report that that's where the body was found. Investigators told us about the baby being found, and then just this morning, again, CBS Austin confirms that it is Heidi Broussard's body. There's a lot of speculation online about who is involved. The only thing we have confirmed at this point is through our reporter, Grace White, who has talked to a law enforcement source who tells her a woman will be charged in the murder of Heidi Broussard. Online, you're probably going to see names. You're going to see allegations. Those are things we haven't confirmed with Austin PD, which is now the agency handling the investigation in full. Until we get that information confirmed, we don't want to share it with you. We have to vet all of the information that comes in very carefully so that we get accurate information out. If you want the latest as it comes in, sign up for our KHU 11 news app. We can send out breaking news notifications to you that way. The link that we've shared up above has the latest information and is going to be updated throughout the day. Of course, we'll keep you updated on here and on air. We have 2 reporters at least who are working on the story. I think it might be 3 as I've been sitting here. They've been adding crews. And we have our sister station in Austin working on this as well. So throughout the day, there are going to be a lot of updates. So if you're tuning in for that story, just keep checking back on that link or download the app. I'm going to move on to our other stories now, because the way these updates work, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we cover a bunch of stories that you guys are clicking on and sharing, and some of them are on the lighter side. That's what we're moving on to now. So I just want you to brace for that, so it's not horribly awkward, although it's going to be horribly awkward because we're switching gears. Last call. All the information you need on the search for Heidi Broussard and the new developments overnight are in that link on khou.com. Okay, starting fresh, we're going to talk about Miss America. Did you watch it last night? Miss Virginia was crowned. She's a scientist. Actually, her talent was like a science experiment that you did in middle school. It was kind of fun. But you'll notice she's not wearing a sash, and she doesn't do the traditional walk down the runway with the wave. The Miss America song is not playing. You can't hear it, but it's Taylor Swift. Those were not the only changes. There was no swimsuit competition. There was no evening gown competition. There was a PowerPoint presentation about the social impact of the various platforms that the contestants had chosen. And people are really not excited about these changes. Kind of took away the glitz and glamour of this competition a little bit. There was also a debate at the end that kind of pitted the women against each other, and past Miss Americas have had a problem with that. A lot of past winners have weighed in, including Cara Munn. Why do I not think I'm saying that right? Hold on. Let me pull this up. Cara Mund. I was close. She won in 2018. She's been a really vocal critic of the pageant since. And she was asking, like, what's going on all throughout. So let me know what you think of the changes. If you like that we've moved away from, evening gowns, swimsuit, all that, or if you miss the old format. That was our live survey question this morning on H-Town Rush, and I think about 62% of people who voted at the end of the morning said they miss it. All right, and finally, let your kids know Santa's reindeer are cleared for takeoff. A veterinarian made the trip to the North Pole, did a little pre-flight checkup of Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner and Blitzen, and Rudolph, obviously. So all of those packages are gonna make it, or they should. They're ready to go. We're only 5 days away from Christmas. Have you done all your shopping yet?
I haven't.
I
wish
have a
I
few
had.
things I have to go get this weekend, and I'm just like dreading the crowds, to be sure.
Same here.
So go ahead, leave your comments and questions. We're gonna check in with Kevin now and find out what folks are saying.
Well, obviously, Brandy, the big story is the BROUSSARD story. A lot of people are saying, rest in peace. This is very sad, very tragic outcome, horribly sad. I totally agree. Can you clarify on the status of the baby? A lot of people are confused if the baby is hurt as well.
No, baby is okay, but just taken to the hospital to get checked out. Investigators say the baby looked fine. There were no outward signs of injury or anything like that. But as with any of these cases, protocol is you take the baby to the hospital, get it checked out, make sure he or she is okay, and then according to Heidi Broussard's mom, that baby will be handed off to CPS custody.
Well, yeah, what a crazy story this morning. Most of the comments are about that. We do have a beauty contestant comment, and I think her name is Sim, but she says, yes, beauty shouldn't win a pageant alone. How do you feel about that, Brandy?
I agree, not beauty alone. But I think Miss America has always done a really good job balancing that. They do the interview portion. They used to do more of that behind the scenes, and now they've tried to bring it onto the stage so that folks can get a sense of who these women are. Also, this year, instead of doing the traditional state introductions, like the women kind of came out and gave their pedigree.
Right.
And some of them are absolutely incredible. You have to have talent. And I don't think people have realized in the past maybe how much interview plays a role in the final score, who is crowned Miss America. I think it's something like 40%.
Oh, wow.
Like the judges, when they're looking at these contestants, are really weighing their ability to answer some difficult questions.
And the girl that won, she was a scientist, you said?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's really cool. I agree kind of what Stephanie and the other anchors were saying this morning, that it isn't as flashy, but I really like how they are prioritizing like education and experience, and I think that's a good thing for little girls to see. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's must-see
Must-see TV
anymore. Viewership has really fallen off over the past decade, and it'll be interesting to see, because the first changes were last year after Gretchen Carlson, who's a past winner, was very critical of the organization and came on board, and they reworked a lot of stuff. They got rid of swimsuit last year.
Right.
And people were not happy with that. So now this year they tweaked some things a little bit more, and folks still aren't.
It's a hard line to walk. I think both camps are not going to be happy. You make it too educational, it's boring. You make it too flashy, it objectifies women. So I don't know.
What's crazy is we don't seem to have this conversation about Miss USA, which
Yeah.
I would argue is, it is strictly about beauty. If you want to look at, because Miss America is the scholarship competition, banks heavily on the interview and talent, versus Miss USA, which is, let's be real, it's the swimsuit and evening gown competition. And I know women who have competed in both and do well, do better in one over the other, but.
Yeah, interesting story this morning, interesting talker. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, Bernie, it looks like most of the other comments are about, obviously, the horrible news this morning, the BROUSSARD news. Sorry to flip back and forth on you guys. But I did want to answer Tiffany's question. She says, I was told the home the baby was found at was the mother's best friend. Has that been confirmed?
It has not been confirmed.
Not confirmed.
There are a lot of suggestions and rumors out there right now. Police have not confirmed that. Investigators have not confirmed that to us yet. Austin police say they will provide an update at some point this morning. We don't know when. And that is the investigating agency now. FBI Houston has handed it back over to Austin PD. So now it's just a matter of waiting. We have a number of leads that we're working on. Definitely not a lack of information coming in. Just we need to get it confirmed with investigators first, or at least with sources within law enforcement.
Right. Well, it looks like that's most of what we have this morning. So.
Okay. I'm sorry to end this, this week and this update on such a tragic note, but our thoughts and prayers certainly go out to Heidi Broussard's family and friends and everyone impacted by this. I know so many people tuned in, shared her story, shared her picture with the hopes that she was going to be found safe, and as happens so often, that was just not the case, it appears. So definitely keep her family in your prayers as we're 5 days away from Christmas. I can only imagine how difficult this is going to be. We'll have another digital update here at 2:15. If you want to tune in, I'm sure we'll have more information about this case then. Otherwise, again, go to khou.com, click the link up above that's going to be updated throughout the day. You can also sign up for the KHU 11 news app and get notifications. We can send breaking news updates, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend, and Kevin and I will probably be back here bright and early Monday.